Danny Cut, August 19th, 2026. And today we are doing a video in which we are going to be reacting to two of my friends, Alfred. He's going to be doing his interpretation, his script of what a Green Lantern or a Lantern show interrogation scene should look like. We're going to be reading through it as you see it there. Then we're going to go to DC. DC now, hey, look, he's my friend, but he thinks he's Aaron Sorkin. He thinks he's Quentin Tarantino. He thinks he's Christopher Nolan. So he's created a end of scene, a post-credit scene for the new Clayface that's coming out later this year for DC. Okay, so let's start with Alfred. It's a little bit of a fun take on these scenes and a different kind of video. And all right, let's start. So we have here Alfred's interrogation scene. We have here, guys, and if you don't know, I did do some playwriting classes and stuff, and I have a bachelor's in theater. It's really usable out there in the workforce, but I did do a lot of playwriting, so I wanted to do a video like this. I thought it would be fun. Okay, so lantern scene, interior, interrogation room, daytime. Not a lot of details in the, not a lot of, hey, look, it's daytime, it's raining, it's sunshine. We don't know. We just know it's daytime, right? But let's continue. Oh, guys, and then before I want to say this, I am not the comic book guy of the group. That would be Tony, that would be Alfred, that would be DC. Like they're the ones that read the comic books more. If I was to give somebody the title of the one that knows the most, it would be Tony. But either way, I digress. Let's get to the scene. Officer Carey, which in the show is played by, I don't know the actress's name. I just know that she was in No Country for Old Men, and she played Llewellyn Moss's wife, which is Josh Brolin's character. So her name is Officer Carey. Officer Carey, Hal Jordan, and John Stewart. And again, I'm someone that I like. And again, I'm going to be doing a breakdown of what I like and what I don't like. Hal Jordan, obviously Green Lantern, and John Stewart, Green Lantern, who doesn't move his face in the show, walk into the interrogation room. They're behind a window, and that shows a man handcuffed to the table, sitting in a chair in the background. I'm a guy that I like ambiguity, but I wish we had a little bit more context as to the actual room. What does it look like? Is it modern looking? Is it disheveled? Is it clean? Is it laboratory looking? Is it, but okay, that's fine. Handcuffs to the table. Carey, we've run every test. He's human by blood, skin, knowledge, and even his shit came out back human. That's a good one there. His shit came out human. Southering succotash, Batman. Okay, but either way, Hal looks at John and smirks. Okay, so Hal thought it was funny. John, there are species that can replicate themselves down to an atom. None of our tests would detect them. I also saw this theory out there that it might be Martian Manhunter, that at the end of episode 1, where we see how, I don't want to spoil it, but how we see how might not be real. It might be Martian Manhunter or the Martians or whatever it is, right? See, I teach you things. Carey, okay, you have about an hour before the feds show up and take him away. Hal looks at her a bit puzzled. Carey, media turned this international. Mass shooting at a high school football game is bringing gun control talk to Washington. And they want to take this to the federal level. You know how this gets on election years. Okay. Media turned this international. Mass shooting at a high school football game is bringing gun control talk. It's a little too expository. Maybe just saying media turned this international and then just saying mass shootings at a high school football game is bringing gun control talk to Washington and just ending it there. That's probably what I would have done, or I don't know. I probably wouldn't have wrote this. Okay. John, eager for action, asks Hal, what are we going to do with him? Well, I'll tell you what, John's dialogue is pretty good. No, we here, Junior, right? If this is what I think it is, we're going to have to move fast if things go sideways in there. My ring still hasn't fully charged from my time on Ferron 4. I'm running on fumes here. Okay. So he's, Hal's ring is not fully charged. And by the way, guys, this is how scripts are actually read before they go film. This is when they rehearse. This is how they do it. John, come on, Hal. Let me. Hal cuts him off. Come on. Come on, nothing. We're wasting time. I need you to sit here and take notes and move quick. If shit goes sideways, that's an order. You understand? Yes, sir. See, it still sounds like fuck you again. Fix that, Junior. Hal Jordan turns around, picks up a cup from the table, and makes his way into the interrogation room where the suspect is waiting. Hal opens the door and shuts it behind him. He looks at the suspect, and the suspect looks at him, standing with a grin on his face and cup in hand. Suspect, I know my rights. You can't keep me here without cause. The camera follows Hal from behind, only showing his back as he goes to sit across the suspect. As he begins to sit, he grins to talk. I'm sure it says grins. Hal will run away from an officer at a crime scene, so probable cause. Suspect, I have been able to make a phone call. I haven't been able to make a phone call. Hal, we have had bad cell signal. Sorry about that. Signal's really bad in this building, but okay. And you know what phone lines, and you know what, the phone lines are down. We tried connecting through the phone company. So I called AT&T and we just couldn't get service today. So I apologize. But the customer service line nowadays for the companies. They connect you with some Indian across the world with a heavy English accent, reading off a script, and you can't get anything done around here. It's good. I like it. This part I would not, I just would have told him too bad or something like that, but that's fine. So this part I would cut out. Suspect, him. Still, you guys don't have any authority to hold me. I ran because I was afraid. How? I'm sure that'll hold up in court if you get there. But look, just answer some questions for me. Just a formality. It's just a formality, and if you answer, okay, we can let you go. Okay? Sound good? Sounds good? How? Maybe when I copied and pasted, messed it up a little bit. But Hal takes a sip, drops the cup in the middle of the table in between. The suspect looks at him, drink, and places the cup down. Maybe when I copied and pasted and messed up some words, guys, a little bit. So, Hal, good. Oh, how rude of me. I didn't offer you some. This is my favorite whiskey. What can I get you? Something to calm your nerves? Suspect, nothing I can drink right now. Okay. Shoot yourself. So you're from Rushville. Hal's not playing around. I'll tell you that right now. Suspect, no, Scottsbluff. You can tell Alfie knows his comics, though. These little references. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Hal, long ways away, aren't you? Suspect, I love football. Hal, I'll bet you coming down from there to watch high school football game. Born and raised? Suspect, yes, sir. Hal takes a sip and plays down the cup. Suspect, I understand the tragic situation, but why is a lantern involved in this investigation? Hal, just happened to be in the neighborhood and wanted to help out. See if I could get some answers. Tragic what happened out there in front of those kids. Suspect. Yeah, tragic. So this guy's a bad guy. This is a bad dude. I understand it's tragic, but why? Okay. Yeah, tragic. How? The White House is even weighing in on about it. Wanting to bring it into gun control policy debates and shit. But what I say? The only one to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. That's actually ellipses, so you're supposed to pause. So let me reread that. Oh, some thunder. But you know what I say? The only one to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Hal winks at the suspect while saying the final part of the line. Hal takes a moment and looks at the suspect that is just taking in what he's saying, sitting across from him. He sips a cup from the cup. He takes a sip from the cup. Hal, well, what do you want to know about me? Suspect, Well, you're a Green Lantern and took oath to maintain peace in the universe. Hal looks at the double-sided mirror where John and Carrie are. Smiles. Hal looks back at the suspect, leans in, and asks, "What oath are you referring to?" A beat. The suspect realizes Hal has discovered new information about him. The suspect. "Oh, shit. I guess you haven't told the world that part yet, huh?" "Hal." "No." The camera pans to Carrie and John, watching intently as John is writing on his notepad. I mean, it's not bad. It's a little bit little bit gimmicky, a little feels like you're watching a cartoon, a little, kind of like what would happen in a cartoon. But again, it's not bad. The only line I don't like is the whole Indian one. I was just cracking up with it. But yeah, it's not terrible. Compared to what we got in the show, I think it's a little bit better. The worst part of the show was the Harry Potter line, which is when Hal slams the suspect up against the window and says, "What do you think this is, Hogwarts?" That was really bad. But yeah, I mean, I'd give it probably a 5.5, 6 out of 10. I would make some changes. I would rewrite it and change it up a little bit. I wouldn't take out too much, but overall, a pretty decent job by Alfred. This is his rough draft. This is not his final draft. And yeah, let's move on now to DC's. Okay, here we got now DC's post credits end scene for Clayface that he would do. Okay, here we go. Clayface post credit screen, interior Gotham City, night 0300 hours. I don't know. I don't know. 0300 hours is. I know that's military time, but I guess it's nighttime. So again, everybody's gathered around doing the script, and everyone's like, "All right, let's look up 0300 hours." But either way, and DC, as we know, is the big Batman fan here in the channel, as am I. So here we go. Interior, Gotham City at night. Gotham City night interior. Well, no, because Gotham City is, I guess, outside. But okay, all right, whatever. That's fine. As a nitpick, as Clayface credits finalize, the scene fades into a snowy night shot. I like the snowy night thing. That I do. I would do that. Snowy night shot of the Gotham City skyline. So we're not interior yet. We're still exterior. So whatever. Maybe he meant to write exterior. A half crescent moon is seen in the distance and is immediately engulfed as a bright signal touches the night sky. Long wide view of an empty street. Loud roars of vehicles' engines scream from a distance. A large black muscle car approaches and halts near a construction zone that is an exterior used to store the bat signal on its highest floor. Batman arrives on the top floor and observes Lieutenant Gordon looking into the distance. We're still outside. So okay, maybe that was a typo. Again, and I think DC would acknowledge that he is inspired by the game Arkham City, which is I've never played the game, but I've seen footage of it on YouTube, and it looks fantastic. And it's definitely on my to-do list. Okay, Gordon, three low-level patients from Arkham have escaped. I'm starting to think someone on the inside is helping these guys. Names? Nah, they're not the problem. Got guys on it already. That's not what I signaled you for. That's not why I signaled you. That's not why I signaled for you. Batman, is this about the 3 murders near Robinson Park? Gordon, damn, you're fast. You already knew? You see, I wouldn't have put the damn you're fast. I just would put a you already knew ? But okay. Batman, Matthew Hagen, former stage actor, arrived in Gotham recently to pursue his career in acting. Victim of an apparent deal gone wrong, and is now taking out his attackers. This sounds like a video game. That's what it sounds like to me. But again, if that's what DC likes, that's fine. I feel like I'm listening to a video game. Maybe I'm wrong, but whatever, right? Let me put the camera back here a little bit. All three men identified as part of the Falcone crime family. Maybe we should send this guy a thank you note. Batman, that's one different. This one's different. I need some extra time on this. Batman leaps off the rooftop, out of the shot, not to be seen anymore. Gordon drops to one knee, his body and skin morphing as clay-like material can be seen falling to the floor. A facial shot of Matt Hagen with a smirk on his face. Matt Hagen, pleased to meet your acquaintance. Batman. Gordon drops it. How's he meeting Batman? No, I guess he meant to say, pleased to meet your acquaintance, Lieutenant Gordon. Screen shoots to black, text on screen, Clayface will return in the Batman 2. So this one, again, not a bad little, post-credit scene. I don't think I would have had Lieutenant Gordon melting there on the roof. And then again, we are all inspired by Christopher Nolan, and definitely some comparisons to the end of Batman Begins. But again, I am a subtlety guy. My favorite movies: No Country for Old Men, Shawshank Redemption. A lot of subtlety in those movies. Seven, right? I love Batman Begins. So for me, like him doing this scene, I probably would have taken out. I would have not shown Matt Hagen. He shows him, pleased to meet your acquaintance. Batman leaps off the rooftop. I want to just reread, make sure I'm right here. Batman leaps off the rooftop and out of the shot, not to be seen anymore. Gordon drops to one knee, his body and his skin morphing as clay-like material can be seen falling to the floor. A facial shot of Matt Hagen with a smirk on his face. So I'm presuming that he's meeting Lieutenant Gordon. Pleased to meet your acquaintance, Batman. You don't need to do that. I would have completely taken this out right here. This part right here, I take out. Right? You take out this part. Facial shot, Matt Hagen with a smirk. So, and again, no facial shot of Matt Hagen. Let the ambiguity be the part where you sit there and you're like, okay, well, Gordon drops to one knee. And again, I'm doing this on the fly. So you got to give me a little room here. Gordon drops to one knee, his body and skin morphing as clay-like material can be seen falling onto the floor. That's it. Boom. Everybody in the theater is going, Clayface. You think it's Clayface? I don't know. Do you think it's Clayface? Who gives a fuck? Who cares about that character, right? Why don't they bring Mr. Freeze? I don't know. But either way, it's still a cool scene. That's a cool scene. That's one little edit that I would make. Okay, let's go back. This is just a post-credit scene. Interior, right? We got to fix that exterior, 0300 hours. It's probably late at night. The screen rolls in the snowy. I like that part. A half crescent moon is seen in the distance. The meeting engulfed is a bright signal touch. That's cool. Okay, long, wide view. All right, we're copying Arkham. Inspired by Arkham. Loud roars of vehicles and just screaming. That's great. Yeah, of course. That's Arkham. Batman arrives on the top floor and observes Lieutenant Gordon looking away into the distance. Okay. 3 low-level patients. And again, I'm not going to rewrite all this right now. It's going to be too long. But 3 low-level patients from Arkham have escaped. I'm starting to think someone on the inside is helping these guys. Names? Nah, they're not the problem. Got guys on it already. They're not why I signaled for you. Is this about the 3 murders at Robinson Park? 3 low-level patients. I'd probably take this out right here. Let me see this right here. Now we'll go back. 3 low-level patients from Arkham have escaped. Take this out too right here. And I know I didn't do these kind of edits on Alfred's because it's too long. But so Batman arrives on the top floor and observes Lieutenant Gordon looking away into the distance. So let's have him looking into the distance. 3 low-level patients from Arkham have escaped. Batman, is this about the 3 murders? Is this about the 3 murders near Robinson Park? Damn, you're fast. You already knew? See, that's cleaner, man. That's boom, boom, boom. That's cleaner. Cleaner, little bit of ambiguity. We don't know what's happening. You're not describing everything to me. Batman, Matthew Hagen, former stage actor, arrived in Gotham City recently to pursue his career in acting, victim of an apparent deal gone wrong, and is now taking on his attackers. That's a little, I mean, for me, it's a little bit too much talking for Batman, but about if we do, let's do this right here. Let me see this. And I like the description that he put in the beginning. That was good. Straight from Arkham City. No. All right. I love you, DC. My boy. You're my boy, Blue. All right, Matthew Hagen. So let's do it here. Let's go from the top. Batman arrives on the top floor, observes looking into the distance. 3 low-level patients from Arkham have escaped. Batman, is this about the 3 murders at Robinson Park? Damn, you're fast. You already knew? Matthew Hagen, victim of an apparent deal gone wrong and is now taking on his attackers. All 3 men are identified as part of the Falcone family. Maybe we should send this guy a thank you note. Okay, wait, Gordon. All 3 men identified. Maybe we should send you. Okay, so let's go back from the top. Batman arrives on the top floor and observes Lieutenant Gordon looking away in the distance. It's raining right now, so perfect timing, right? It's actually raining behind me. Lieutenant Gordon looking away into the distance. 3 low-level patients from Arkham have escaped. Is this about the 3 murders near Robinson Park? Damn, you're fast. You already knew? Matthew Hagen, victim of an apparent deal gone wrong and is now taking on his attackers. All 3 men identified Gordon as part of the Falcone crime family. Maybe we should send this guy a thank you note. This one's different. I'm going to need some extra time on this. No, I don't need that. I don't need that line in there. This one's different. Batman leaps off the roof and out of the shot, not to be seen anymore. I feel like I've seen that somewhere. Gordon drops to his knees. It reminds me of Gary Oldman when he leaves a calling card and he just hands him the card. He doesn't go, and he leaves a calling card, and then he went back the other day, and here, I got it in the Ziploc. So here you go. Take a look at it. Batman leaps off the roof and out of the shot, not to be seen anymore. That's fine. Straight from Batman Begins. Sorry. Gordon drops to one knee, his body and skin morphing as clay-like material can be seen falling to the floor. Screen turns black. Texture screen. Clayface will return in the Batman 2. I don't need to see that. Again, we don't need that. I don't want somebody to tell me who it's gonna be. Infer it. That's more powerful. Infer it. Ambiguity. We don't know what's happening. It's probably Clayface. You're talking with your friends for 1.5 years, 2 years about it, and then when the movie comes out, you're gonna watch it. So again, one more time from the top, and we'll be done. Batman arrives on the top floor and observes Lieutenant Gordon looking away into the distance. Right? I like how he described the city. Gordon, 3 low-level patients from Arkham have escaped. Is this about the 3 murders near Robinson Park? Damn, you're fast. You already knew? Matthew Hagen, victim of an apparent deal gone wrong and is now taking on his attackers. I don't like that last part. And is now taking out his attackers. Of course, he's a villain. He's going to take out his attackers. I just like this. Matthew Hagen, victim of an apparent deal gone wrong. Gordon, all 3 men identified as part of the Falcone family. Maybe we should send this guy a thank you note. This one's different. That's it. And I don't even think I would use this one's different. Maybe, I don't know. I'd maybe go, again, I'm doing this on the fly. So I'd maybe go, we should send this guy a thank you note. Not even. Just don't even have him say anything. He's Batman. He's Batman. He doesn't man a few words. Batman, thank you note. Batman leaps off the rooftop out of the shot, not to be seen anymore. I mean, you can have him leap off, or you can have him, because doesn't Batman have that like thing that he shoots and he catches himself and he swings? Off the roof. Off the roof. Out of the shot. And out of the shot, not to be seen. Batman swings off the roof and out of the shot, not to be seen anymore. Not to be seen anymore. Gordon drops to one knee, his body and skin. This is how I would do it. This is how I would sort of give notes here and change this up. So Gordon, 3 low-level patients. I'm going to wrap this up, guys. We're at 30 minutes. Low-level patients from Arkham have escaped. Batman, is this about the 3 murders in Robertson Park? Gordon, damn, you're fast. You already knew. Matthew Hagen, victim of an apparent deal gone wrong. Gordon, all 3 men identified as part of the Falcone family. Maybe we should send this guy a thank you note. Batman swings off the roof and out of the shot, not to be seen anymore. Because the scene is really more about Gordon. It's about what's happening to Gordon. Really is the important part, I guess. But Batman already knows who he is, so he knows who he's going after. And that's Batman swings off. All 3 men identified as part of the Falcone crime family. Maybe we should send this guy a thank you note. And I wouldn't have him swing off the roof. I would have him like shoot his gun up and then just with the cape, and it makes that, that noise that I've always made in The Dark Knight and Batman Begins. Sort of that Batman cape noise. And yeah. So that's my notes. Guys, thank you for watching. I know it's a little bit of an arduous video. I know it was a little bit might be boring, but we thought it would be fun. DC, Alfred, Tony, all of them. I love you guys. I'm just, we're just having fun here. Your scripts suck. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. And like and subscribe, and they'll be on the next one.